Guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Forgive the hat, forgive the disheveled look, but we are moving around here. And I am so grateful that this week I was able to get online and find some new recipes for the crock pot, in which I made for all of us because we've had a lot of been moving appliances in and out of the house. We have been moving furniture, we've been packing boxes, we've been cleaning out pantries. I mean, a lot has been going on around here, guys. My in-laws are moving out into their new house, and so I was thankful that I did take the time to plan some crock pot meals. I just wanted to come in here and quickly say that I will link all of the recipes down below if you're interested. They are not my personal recipes. I found them online, and I will put the links for them down below. They all three were very, very good, but I'm going to give you my personal opinion of each one. The Chinese recipe, which was the chicken, the very first crock pot meal that I made, delicious, okay? It was a huge success. Everybody in the house absolutely loved it and cannot wait for me to make it again. In fact, it has been like, when are you going to make that again? When are you going to make it again? I will say this. If you are feeding a crowd or a large family, you may want to consider doubling up the recipe, as well as maybe serve it with a different kind of side. Ronnie was not real, sorry about the shaking, guys. Ronnie was not real enthusiastic about the boiled rice or the steamed rice, just the white rice. So next time I'll probably make a flavored rice to go with it, and I think it will be really, really good. Second thing that I made was the stuffed ravioli lasagna. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, do not overcook this. Stay with the time that it tells you. I doubled the recipe that day because I was feeding a bunch of people that was helping us move and etc. So I just wanted to make sure that I had enough. I had to go do a bunch of errand running that day, so it was nice to come home. I just made some quick garlic bread, and wham, we had a delicious meal. It was really, really good, guys. It was really, really good. Love that. But like I said, you don't want to overcook it because it seems like it gets very squishy. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like the pasta is just too al dente. So stay with the timeline that the recipe gives you. I went a little over because I was out, but it still was really, really good with the garlic bread. The third recipe was the chicken enchilada casserole. I really liked it, but I felt like it was missing something. And so next time that I do make it, I am more than likely, instead of adding the corn tortillas to the chicken, I will probably just use flour tortillas and brown them in a skillet, and then add the chicken mixture to, to my flour tortillas from the crock pot, instead of adding the corn tortillas to it. I will say this, everybody thought it was very, very flavorful. It was very hearty, it was very filling, and it fed a lot of people because it was so filling. And I thought all three recipes were very delicious. I think anytime that you were going to make something new, that oftentimes we have a tendency the second time around to kind of make it more for our family. So, with that being said, all three recipes were very delicious, but I probably will tweak them just a little bit in the future if I make them again. Hi! So we're going to get started, and we're going to make Chinese chicken in my slow cooker. And the first thing you want to do is get your vegetable oil up to heat. And I didn't have any cornstarch, so I'm just using flour with a little bit of paprika, and I cut my chicken up into little bite-sized pizzas, and I'm just going to dredge my chicken right into the flour and then drop it into my vegetable oil, as you can see here. Now, don't get in fear It will brown. See, there it is. It's browning. It smelled really good. And then we have to make up a sauce to go on it. So I'm using the HOISIN sauce, which smells amazing. And then you're going to put all your brown chicken into the bottom of your slow cooker. Now we're going to add to the HOISIN sauce some light soy sauce. And this is the low sodium. We're also going to use a little rice vinegar. Now, the original recipe asked for honey, but I was completely out, so I just used sesame oil, and it came out really delicious. Now you're going to pour your sauce right over your chicken in the slow cooker. Now, if you like spicy, the sesame oil was good, but if you like sweet, you probably want the honey. I also added in on my own a little bit of bell pepper, as you can see here. This is what it looks like when it is all cooked up on low for 6 hours. And then I just served it on top of a bed of boiled rice. And this was really, really filling and really tasty. Now I'm making stuffed ravioli lasagna, and I doubled this recipe a little bit. So I am cooking up and browning a couple pounds of ground beef. I added some bell pepper and some onion to it. And then I'm just going to stir all that in and just make sure it's cooked. And then I'm adding in my favorite jar of spaghetti sauce. You can add any kind of sauce you want. I also added in some seasoning, so I've got some Italian seasoning and some oregano and some garlic. We like our seasonings around here, so I'm stirring that in. Now in the crock pot, you're going to start out with a little bit of your sauce in the bottom. And then you're going to layer on this frozen 4-cheese ravioli. Now, you don't have to use the 4 cheese. There's a lot of selection when it comes to the frozen raviolis. Then you're going to top with your favorite cheese. I just used a mozzarella cheese, but the directions say to use, obviously, Italian blend. You want to finish with a layer of cheese, and then I let this cook for about, I would say, 5.5 hours on low, and that's what it looks like. And then when you turn your crock pot off, it will thicken and it will look like this. It is very, very good, but you want to be careful not to overcook it, because then your raviolis become kind of squishy, if that makes any sense. But it was very tasty, and I served it with these garlic sticks that I found. Now I'm making enchilada casserole, and this was very simple and it was very delicious. So I started off with my boneless, skinless chicken breast, and then I'm adding in my enchilada sauce. Now, the recipe calls for 1 giant can of enchilada sauce, but my grocery store was all out, so I added 3 mini cans. I didn't feel that it was flavorful enough, so I added a half a package of my favorite taco seasoning to this, and then I just let this cook. And then once the chicken is all done, then you shred it. Well, then I thought there was an awful lot of liquid, but don't fear, because it will be absorbed when you do this next step. So I'm using the corn tortillas, and I used 10 of them, and they're really inexpensive and easy to find at the store. And I cut mine up using a pizza cutter. It made it easy, and I could get the strips the size that I wanted to add to the crock pot. So then you're going to add in all of your strips of corn tortilla and basically just mix it in. And as this cooks, you'll see that the corn tortilla will actually absorb a lot of the liquid that is in the pot. I definitely think that having all that liquid is a plus to this recipe, because otherwise it's going to be too dry. So then I'm going to stir in a cup of shredded cheese, and I'm just using the Kroger brand mild shredded cheese. And I let that cook, and that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to add in the last amount of cheese. And you're hearing my birds in here in the office. They're getting in on this too. So I'm just going to add that, and it's going to melt. And then I'm going to add in some black olives. If you don't like black olives, certainly leave them out, but we love them. In fact, I added extra because they are so good. And that is what it looks like in the bowl. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these recipes. And thanks so much for watching. So, I got to get back to work because I need to edit this video. And I got to do a voiceover over on the crock pot clips of me making the meals. At least I'm planning to. And I need to get this released today. It is Monday. We have people coming to install brand new doors in the house. And appliance moving is going on like crazy. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. This is Monday. Hope you had a great Super Bowl weekend. We certainly did. Very busy, but a good one. Woke up yesterday to a bunch of snow outside. I've had a migraine for 2 days, but I think it's due to weather. 16 degrees this morning, guys, here in West Virginia. I hope you guys are keeping safe, healthy, and warm. And I love you all for sticking with Kiddos Corral. Be sure, if you are new, to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoy these crockpot meals. We certainly did. If you got any crockpot meals you want me to try, leave them in the comments down below. I'm going to be shaking to death, so I'm going to say goodbye, guys. Have a great day. Bye.